Yeah, well, actually, the minimum wage is long overdue. Let's call a spade a spade. I know the government promised at the inception of this government about a year ago that they were going to do something about the living wage of Nigerians. And the removal of fuel subsidy brought a lot of inflation into the Nigerian system. So it is only but due that the minimum wage should be increased to a reasonable amount that can afford Nigerians a good living, so that those of them who are working will find pleasure in their job and not to indulge in other nefarious activities. So it's a good thing. I think the minimum wage is something that is long overdue for the government to look into it. But I'm happy the government I had is interfacing with the labor union, the TUC, the NLC, to see that they bring some sanity to this. So I know in a day or two things will be okay and work will commence as usual. So that's it. So I'm happy that the conversation is ongoing.
So are you happy with the strike? You think it's a good step?
Yeah, well, the strike is more like a warning sign, but I heard they have called it off. I don't know, but one thing is a good sign to tell government that they are serious. So government should take them more seriously. So they've done their part, and it's now government to respond with all its own seriousness as well. So, but the only thing, it becomes a problem if they allow it to prolong, and then people will start suffering more untold hardship. So they have sent their warning signal, and the government should look into it, and I'm happy it's looking into it seriously.
I think the government are saying that they're going to leave it for like 60,000. I don't know. So do you think 60,000 is a good minimum wage?
No, I think the government today has agreed to go above 60,000. So, but the amount hasn't come public yet. So, listening to what the SGF of the nation said this morning, they said they've agreed to go above that, but we don't have a figure yet. So maybe anytime they come out with a figure, then we can talk about what is good and what is not fair for them. But I think it's good they are upgrading it.
Okay, like how much do you think should be like
well, my brother,
normal minimum wage as a Nigerian worker is earning, let's say?
Yeah, but you see, it's a give and take thing. Okay. One thing is to say minimum wage is this amount. Another thing is to say government and the private sector pay that amount. You look at also the Nigerian economy, how robust is it? So it's good we look for a living minimum wage that can afford people a good living. But let's not put a unnecessary burden where people will now start being owed months and months of arrears. Then you have not achieved anything. You understand?
Yeah,
so
but like
it's
how
better
much
you talk
figure
about.
Do you think like at least
Well, actually,
will be manageable?
I wouldn't really. I think the Labour Congress will be in a better place to look at the statistics of the living wage in Nigeria and then give us a figure. And then government on its own part should look at its pulse and then respond accordingly.
The Nigerian Labour Congress are demanding for 490 something thousand.
Yeah.
So do you think it's too much or it's normal?
They have their reasons. You can't say it's too much. They have their reasons. They gave a tabulated reason why that they are requesting for that amount. So they have their reasons for a minimum wage. So, but it's now left on government to look at its pulse, what it knows it can afford, the private sector, and now say, okay, we agree to this. You understand? But let them not agree on something that 1 year from now we are still back to square zero. So I don't think that is hypocritical, if you ask me.
I overheard this lady, what is it called? The ministers of employment. Yeah. I've forgotten her name, but she was kind of like the minister of employment said that that money is too much. That it is impossible for the federal government to pay.
Well, she talking as a minister. She's a lady. You're talking about the Minister of State for Employment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The problem is she's talking as a minister on certain realities, and them too. The Labour Congress are also talking on their own realities. So she's doing her job that she's being paid to do. So I don't think she has I don't see any problem with that. She's doing her job. Labour is doing their part. So probably let them strike a compromise and come to an agreement for Nigeria, for the good of all Nigerians.
If a federal government should accept that proposal of 495,000 naira per month, do you think the state government can also be able to afford it?
Of course, because government knows what the state governments are receiving, because they have federal allocation that comes in and they share it every month. And like we all know, since after the removal of fuel subsidy, it has tripled. In fact, some states it has quadrupled. So if they should accept that, because also the state governments are also part of this tripartite, or what is it they call the committee that is going. So the governments are there, they are represented. So if it is something that they can't do, they will let them know in the committee. So if it's something they will do, they will also let them know. So I think the state governments are represented. That's the better part of this. Everybody is on board to say what they can do.
Declare. So what do you have to say concerning the national item?
Well,
this is a new old national item and the old national item. So what is your take on it?
Well, you know, for the oldies like us, it's like trying to learn how to write ABC at an old age. But you never can tell never, you know. There's always, you're never too old to learn something
Absolutely.
new. So going back to it, you know, is like trying to see what we can do new, you know. But I don't think it's a problem. The wordings are wonderful. They are quite strong. So if we can all master it, it's not a problem. But I think we have issues that are really paramount now in Nigeria, economic issues and stuff. But if we can also learn something new, it's not a bad thing.
But with the current situation in Nigeria now, do you think that at least now that one government is supposed to be focused now? Like,
No, government is not like they are not beating anybody. They are only saying let us change the narrative. It's just like the government wants to do something new that they will be recognized for. So I don't blame them. It's a good idea. You know, it's like novelty in your administration. But it's not like as if they are not focusing on the issues of economy, minimum wage, hardship, inflation. They are doing all that, but they're also saying let us add something new that will be remembered for, changing the national anthem. So why wouldn't anybody want to make his mark? So I don't blame them for that.
So for you now, you believe that government are really, this is a present administration, you think that they are really doing the necessities, like the basic necessities that Nigerians need?
Yeah, you know, being a Nigerian who looks at things from the progressive angle, I wouldn't say that the government has done its best yet, no. But it's work in progress. And the good thing about this government is that they are responsive. You know, they don't seem to do I don't care attitude about Nigerians crying and yelling and whatever. So they are trying to respond and see how they can come to a compromise. So I think that's the right way to go. But time will tell how we succeed. But I know this administration, I pray with our prayers, with our support, I think we'll definitely succeed. The administration will succeed. You know, because the APC government is one that I must tell you is a responsive government.
But a lot of Nigerians are complaining that it's not necessary. Like, they shouldn't be changing that national item. Like, it's not the real problem in Nigeria because we have economic issues, security issues, power supplies issue, healthcare system. So like they are not considering like talking about those things, but they're just kind of like focusing on the national item. But for me, I don't think it is really necessary at this very moment because there are a lot of challenges in the country that they need to tackle instead of them focusing on that.
Well, you know, the truth is, my brother, like I told you, it's not like as if government said, let us forget electricity supply, insecurity, inflation, hardship, and then focus on only national. No, I don't think that is the case. The government is saying, let us bring something to our name. You understand? Why we also tackle these things. So it is ingenuity. It's like trying to make a mark for themselves. So I don't see anything wrong with that.
Oh, what be that way they bother you about the intervention when Nigerian embassy they do here in Italy?
Okay, my brother, as you talk now, the truth be say, it gets some of our people, we no like, I don't know whether to say they no like better thing. This intervention where embassy they do from city to city is something that has reduced hardship and problem for our Nigerian people where they stay for Italy. And nobody will know they sing praise of that program. It's true be say everything if you know they correct at the first time. Like no, Rome was not built in a day, my brother. Nothing where they ever did perfect for the first time. But let us see how as we they do this program, see where the error they will go to correct them. But not be say you go to write petition, say make they stop them. That means you're a bad person. Maybe because say people in your city when no come they patronize you again. Because not only you be the bada for your community, they no come they meet you again. Then now you come they block them from coming for intervention. You don't want to make embassy bring intervention to your city for the betterment of people. Is height of inhumanity.
So what they try to talk to? There are people where they are against the intervention.
Exactly, they write petition, go they give Abuja, but they don't go anywhere because we are the community leaders. We represent the people. We are the elected leaders of the people, and we are the positive, progressive-minded leaders. So now we know what our people need. Now our people now demand for that intervention. Now we beg embassy say, see what our people need. make they do am, and embassy come dey lis ten dey do am. Now some bad eggs among us come go dey write petition say make they no do am. My brother, is a shame.
So it's like
a shame, but I know God with time will correct these bad eggs in our midst. Don't worry. Rome was not beaten today. We are coming. We will correct these bad eggs in our midst, because it no be better to say you go dey write petition. If something dey wrong, you will call the attention of the embassy, the attention of NUNA. Say, my brother, see how we go take do this thing right. But all these petitions wey dey write for cheap popularity, to make scatter things, make things more go back to Egypt, my brother, no be the best.
So the aim na make dem stop the intervention.
Yes, now they write am now. You no see the petition. They write am there say make government no dey do the intervention again. It no be wickedness with that one.
So who wan do NIN or passport? Na need
they
to call
say
directly
to embassy. People come dey suffer. Embassy come dey full again. People come dey fight, dey cry, dey quarrel. Some go spend 2 days to, like, some people, from Italy here, some people dey take 2 days to reach this embassy. Take 2 days, go back. Now they go come bring intervention for their city. E no be better till that same day they come do am waka go their business. My brother, they go happy now. 9 person come say make they stop am because of one thing wey no good well for her, or in self-aggrandizement. They no recognize am as the ogadagba of im community. That is self-centeredness now. It's selfishness.
So where those people belong? Like them to get their own community, that belong to one or two.
The unfortunate thing is that some of them can't get as they find themselves enter NUNAI. But I know NUNAI should do well to rid itself of bad elements. Do you understand? So I'm talking as a community leader who is concerned because the betterment of my people. You understand? If I join hand for that bad thing, I will let my people say, man, punish me, because it was a selfish move. You understand? NUNAI get executive. They no gather, join and do am. NUNAI get provincial leaders. They no gather, join, do am. They just back out on their own. Some hand-picked people, 4 or 5 people like that, gang up, go the right picture wey no make head and sense, just to find cheap popularity. My brother, e no good though. Let's call a spade a spade. It's a very bad thing.
So without a petition wey they write against on now, like, will you stop that intervention now?
No, you can't. The thing is that they're even accusing the wrong people. They're accusing someone like Haji Alarai, who is the immigration attaché at the embassy, accusing the charge. These things are false accusations, because whatever agreement was done on that intervention was agreed on by the embassy and NUNAI. So you cannot be singling out individuals. Even some of them were part of this agreement. They even do the intervention for their own city. But because no go as they want, and maybe the money where they find for inside, they no see her. Now they get to write petition. It don't make sense, my brother. That is not a good sign of a good leader. So I'm advising them, let them repent. If they understand the meaning of the word repent, let them come back to their senses and look for what to be for the good of Nigerians. That's it.
Clear. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my brother.
I appreciate it.
Obio.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching. Turn on there waiting.
Yes.
Our king talk. Our Igwe Chima talk now.
Yes.
So Mo do according to everything when they talk. So the intervention, if they come for your city, just be a participant.
Do well to go for it, man. It's for your own good and your family.
Wow.
It's economic, it's useful, and it's coming out fast. And now they'll post it to your doorstep.